2023 will be the year from hell. Europe could suck the rest of the world down the tubes. This is according to what Martin Armstrong warns via Greg Hunter's USAWatchdog.com on Zero Hedge. Legendary financial and geopolitical psychoanalyst Martin Armstrong says nothing is going to get better by the end of this year, 2022, and he's still forecasting chaos coming in 2023. Armstrong says the plunge in the stock market last week is all because of extreme uncertainty. Armstrong predicted the stock market crash 2 months ago and contends it's not over. Europe is in big financial trouble with Russian natural gas turned off as a retaliation from sanctions. Armstrong explains in Europe, I believe they are actually deliberately doing this, and this is Klaus Schwab's great reset. So he's really telling it like it is, isn't he? They know they have a serious problem. They lowered rates to below zero in 2014. They just started raising interest rates. Meanwhile, you ordered all the pension funds throughout Europe to have more than 70% in government bonds. Then they took it negative. All the pension funds are insolvent. Europe is fiscal mismanagement on a grand scale. There's no way it can sustain itself, and we are looking at Europe breaking apart. So could Europe suck the rest of the world down the tubes? Armstrong says, oh, absolutely. Europe is the problem. The crisis in banking will start in Europe. The debt is collapsing. They have no way to sustain themselves. The debt market over there is undermining the stability of all the banks. You have to understand that reserves are tied to government debt, and this is the perfect storm. Yes, the U.S. stock market will go down short term. We are not facing the 1929 event or a 90% fall here. Europeans probably by January 2023, as this crisis in Ukraine escalates, anybody with half a brain is going to take whatever money they have and get it over here, he said. In other words, from Europe into the United States. So where is small money going to go? Armstrong says stocks are like gold. It's on the same side of the table and it's opposite government debt. People are not going to be buying government debt. They're going to be looking at anything in the private sector. People are buying whatever they can get off the grid. Armstrong says governments are borrowing and spent huge amounts of money. The Fed will keep raising interest rates to fight inflation, but Armstrong says raising interest rates will only make things worse. We have supply shortages and raising rates will not fill the gaps. Armstrong has never been more positive on buying gold. And why? Armstrong explains, we are looking at a sovereign debt default. This is what's going on. This is why Biden will spend whatever he wants because he knows he doesn't have to pay it back. Eventually, this is what's going to happen. This is Schwab's agenda, meaning the Great Reset, World Economic Forum. Armstrong has predicted 2023 will be the year from hell. And he says civil unrest will only get worse this year, and he predicts we will have full-blown next year conflicts because of all this. Armstrong contends Democrats are desperate and will do things like granting illegal alien citizenship so they can vote in the midterm elections. In closing, Armstrong says something is going to spark a collapse in government again. It's going to be something. I think in Europe, where they do something drastic because they have no other choice, they need war as the excuse for the defaults of all the government debt. Join Greg Hunter on USA Watchdog, and there's an interview which he has you can listen to, and this is by Greg Hunter, USAWatchdog.com on Zero Hedge. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.